Hi, this is Matt Roberts with Shamrock Aquaponic Farm, and today I'm going to show you how I made this parabolic screen filter for my fish tank. Over the years I've used a variety of different filters, and I've got to say that this filter is the most effective and easiest to maintain filter of any of them. So if you're unfamiliar with this type of filter, I drew this little picture here. It basically, the raw water from the fish tank comes in at the top, spills down over the screen, the water falls through the screen, but that screen is fine enough to take all those little particles out, and they just sort of roll down the hill and collect in the trough at the bottom. The finished water goes back into your system to the pump, the sump, or the lettuce raft, wherever it might go. The box for this filter I bought at I think Home Depot for about 10 bucks. The 200 mesh screen I ordered online. I actually did a search, 200 mesh stainless steel screen, and that's what came up. It was about 20 or 30 bucks. They sent it to me. It was a piece about 24 inch by 24 inch, which was plenty for what I was doing. I started off by locating all my through-hull fittings through the sides of the box. I use a 2-inch electrical conduit, male and female adapter pieces, because they're about $1 a piece versus the $20 for 2-inch through-hull fitting. I notched the halves of those fittings that are going to be on the inside of the box to make the trough and the dispersal pipe fit in easier. I use 3M 5200 marine sealant to seal those fittings to the inside of the box. It makes a good waterproof seal, and you can actually use it underwater for a patch if you have a hole in one of your liners. The next step was to cut a piece of PVC pipe and put a bunch of slices in it to make the drain pipe at the bottom of the water filter. So here's that pipe now in the bottom of the box. I slipped it into those cut fittings. That way it just drops in, it makes it easy to clean, you can take it in and out, whatever you need to do. Now this is the parabolic part of the parabolic filter, which basically just means it's a curved sloping filter. You probably could put this in just as straight line and it would work, I would think, just about as well. But to get this curve that I did, I first decided what my distance was from one end of the curve to the other, and then how many inches I wanted it to drop down. I'm going to show you the formula that I use to figure that out if you want to do one. You can go straight. I don't think it would make that much of a difference. Now I'm giving you this formula because this way, no matter what size box you're going to work with or however you want to configure it, you can figure this thing out. It's pretty basic math. It's if you have trouble with it, I would suggest find about a 5th grader, because this is the math that they're learning at that point. So just plug in those numbers and work it out. Mine was to go 25 inches and drop down 3 inches. I needed a 27.5 inch radius to make that curve. So that's just an example of what it's going to be. So once I got my number, I just took a little piece of scrap plywood and turned the curve on the plywood. Then I could cut it out on my bandsaw, and that I was able to attach to the sidewall of the box temporarily, and that kind of gave me something to push against to install the flexible plastic that is going to stay in the box. So this piece of plastic was, it's something from the stucco area of Home Depot. It was just a bendy little piece of plastic with holes in it, which I wanted for the screen. Strong enough to hold the screen up and easy to work with. So I went ahead and just bent it to my curve, put a few screws in it to hold it, and then I came back with a rivet gun after and pop rivet it in place. I did one on each side, and then that's what I'll attach the screen to. Okay, so here's the screen. It's in place on top of those pieces of plastic. I've secured it down with a few screws. It doesn't look like you can see through it, but it is, water passes right through it. Now this is a picture of looking in the end of the fitting at the clean out where that piece of pipe is. I just wanted you to see that piece of screen extends down into that pipe and curves around. This is going to let all that trash collect down there in the trough, but it'll you can sweep it out when you open up that end of the fitting. This side of the box has the clean water outlet on it. You can see that it's on the lower corner, and then what you're seeing at the top is the start of the screen. The screen actually laps over the top of the box just so you have a place to fasten it, to hold it in place. So here's a picture of the screen the first test, and I think the water was running for, I don't know, 5 or 10 seconds, and you can already see the trash is starting to collect on the screen. In this picture you can see my fish tank, which is in the front part of the picture, where the through hull fitting is going out, and then the pipe that's going to direct that outflowing water into the filter box. So that's just to show you the placement. From my filter box it then goes down, the clean water empties out into my lettuce raft. This pipe that I put in the top of the filter it disperses the water as it comes in from the fish tank. All those drip holes just spread it out along the screen pretty uniformly. This was put in after I ran the test and saw that everything was working all right. I put it in the same way as I did the one at the bottom, where I put the through hull fittings through the box, cut the pipe, or the fittings rather, and then the pipe so it just drops in place. It makes it easy to clean. Other than putting the lid on the box so you don't grow a lot of algae on the screen, that pretty much wraps up my project. I found this at about $35 to build to be a much better deal than the $1,800 ones I saw listed online. This has been Matt with Shamrock Aquaponics. I hope this video helps you. Go check out our website, like us on Facebook, blah blah blah. You know, if you build this, or if you have any questions or comment, drop me an email at the Shamrock website and I'll get back with you. Thanks a lot. Bye.